I mean, it really starts with just showing up. That's what I did. You just got to show up. I mean, even if you feel like you don't know enough or you feel like you can't provide enough value, like just show up. Because people notice that. Even if you just show up on time, if you show up early, like that's the most important thing. Like you got to do it. You're going to fail and then you learn from it and you keep on going. That's the whole part of the game. And it's just, you just got to keep hustling, keep working, and that's the name of the game. Keep that disciplined mindset and you're going to fall off. But it's your job to pick yourself up, and that's the whole part of the disciplined mindset is when you fall off, pick yourself back up and keep on pushing.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Real Entrepreneur Podcast. My name is Alex Coffman, and today we got Xavier, and he's going to let the dogs out. Ain't that right, buddy?
That's right.
So Xavier works with us. He just started 2 weeks ago. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
Is this week number 2 or?
This is going into week 3.
Week 3. So I wanted to bring Xavier on today. Typically it's just me up here talking about things, but I wanted to bring Xavier up here today to just provide some insight into, anybody out there who's young, looking to get started investing in real estate, who wants to be successful in business. Xavier, we've known Xavier for going on probably 2 to 3 years now. Yeah. He was Matt's mentee when Matt used to volunteer at high schools. Is that right?
It's something like that.
How old are you, Xavier?
I'm 19 now.
Xavier is 19 years old. He just graduated high school
last year.
23. And he's going to A&M, College Station.
Correct.
And what are you going to school for?
Finance, business finance.
Finance. And what's your goal?
I mean, my goal is to own real estate, man. I want to be an entrepreneur. I found kind of that entrepreneurial spirit speak to me about my junior year of high school. And ever since then, I've been trying to find different ways to be an entrepreneur and be creative.
Yep. All right. And what are you learning in school?
Well, right now I'm learning accounting. So, it's all right, but I'm hoping to get into more of those finance courses and understand where money moves and how to move money and how to grow it.
Yep. What have you learned from being around Matt and I and TRE and everything we do about how money moves?
Man, I've learned that you can grow it really fast, and real estate is definitely the key to wealth, 100%. And it's probably the best investment you can make aside from stocks or other different investments.
Unless it's NVIDIA, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you have the little gems out there.
Xavier loves his NVIDIA stock.
Yeah.
Well,
true.
I wanted to bring you on today because you started with us here in a we'll call it junior sales position for now.
Yeah.
Right. And what's your goal with that? Like I offered you a position. I said, hey, I need some help. Have an opportunity here to help us sell things and speak to people who want to come into the courses and want to partner with us and want to join the community, and said, hey, I need some help, here's an opportunity, and you jumped right on it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was always just waiting for a shot to come and work with y'all. I mean, I hope that I can exceed expectations as I grow here in this position and honestly change people's lives with the memberships, the courses, and I've seen what y'all have had to offer, and you guys are definitely making a difference in people's lives and showing them an opportunity to freedom.
All right, you drop the sales pitch for right now.
What?
I'm just messing with you, but seriously, so let's get into that.
Yeah.
You're saying that you're waiting for an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you ever ask us for an opportunity? I didn't know you were waiting for an opportunity.
I probably could have asked a little bit harder. I feel like I always put a lot on my plate. I was doing my detailing business, and then I was going into college, so I felt it wasn't a good idea to ask for an opportunity when I couldn't give you 100% of my time and effort. And if I got an opportunity with you, I wanted to be able to provide all of my effort 100%.
Sure. Well, it is a testament to what Matt has always, I'm sure, taught you and told you, is to always add value for people, right?
Absolutely.
Like you've been coming around since, I guess, 2022?
Yeah.
You've been coming around since 2022 when you're, just kind of following Matt around.
Mm-hmm. And
then you've always been willing to help. You did join the community, right? So you invested in yourself and you invested in us and what we have going on here. And then you've always been willing to help and volunteer at events that we're putting on, which has always been very helpful because those are always hectic and crazy and we need help.
Yeah.
And so it is a testament to what, Matt was, I'm sure, I don't know if he did or not, but this is what Matt teaches everybody, is that you should just continuously add value for people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you did over and over here at TRE. I mean, what would be your advice to someone who's out there and, wants an opportunity like that and is looking to, I don't know, find that or find somebody to mentor them or, come into a position like that?
Yeah, I mean, it really starts with just showing up. That's what I did. You just got to show up. I mean, even if you feel like you don't know enough or you feel like you can't provide enough value, like just show up. Because people notice that. Even if you just show up on time, if you show up early, like that's the most important thing. Like with Matt, when it was first going on, I knew nothing about real estate, about business, about investments, but I just showed up. He told me to do something, I did it. I mean, even if it was sweeping the floors, helping him clean up a little bit, like just show up. That's my biggest advice, honestly.
All right, just show up. You nervous right now?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, good. I can never tell. It always when Xavier and I have our meetings every morning, I can't tell what's going on in his little head.
Yeah, dude, I try to keep them thinking. You can't read my emotions.
All right, so I offered you the opportunity. You jumped on it. Do you like sales? What have you learned over the last few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking it so far. It's definitely something really new. I've never experienced sales except for trying to get my grandparents to do something for me or my parents to get me something. But it all really falls down to like the same roles. I mean, it's interesting, kind of being able to pick up the phone and talk to people that want help, and you have a service that you can provide to help them, and it just takes those extra leaps to get through obstacles. So I'm enjoying it so far. I'm learning a lot. And I feel like it's definitely going to contribute to my future.
You good to get vulnerable live here in front of everybody?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. So you did this come at like a good time for you? Like I mean, you're 19 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're 19 years old. It's summer.
Mm-hmm.
And what are your friends doing right now? Or other college kids? They're out at the where do they go to? Like Gulf Shores, Alabama? Is that where they go?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean, some of them work. I mean, my closest friend, Brennan, he's a hustler. He works a lot. But I have a lot of friends that, I mean, some don't work. Some go out all the time. And I know a lot of people that just kind of like to stay in and play video games a lot and just do that. But, I mean, I don't find – I need to stay productive. Like with me, if I don't do a lot, like I start getting depressed. Like I need to always have something going on and feeling like I'm moving towards my ultimate goals, and that's really it. I mean, an opportunity, you can't always wait for like the perfect time for an opportunity to come across, and you hit me up saying, hey man, you want to make some money? And I was like, absolutely. So
yeah, but it was an opportunity like when I was your age.
Mm-hmm.
I was not doing this. When I was your age, I was doing a bunch of stuff that was very non-productive, and so what I was getting at though is you could be out doing other things, right?
Yeah.
But you decided to, hustle here and show up every day and commit to it, right? Like your first day, would you say you're good at sales?
Absolutely not. Awful. Definitely awful.
All right. Day number 4, were you good?
Better.
All right. Today, 3 weeks in?
Still getting better. Every day.
What have you learned the most about this position? Because it's not a hard thing to do. Like, it's just talking like we are right now.
Absolutely.
But like what do you feel like has been the biggest learning that you've had over the last 3 weeks?
Man, to just not care about what people think about you. You just gotta keep pushing towards your goal. Keep wanting to help people, and sometimes people aren't going to want to be helped, and you got to just push through those obstacles and really show people the way. And that's what I'm really trying to get through, is just taking those objections. And even people that want to get help, they always have some sort of excuse or objection, and it's honestly your job to fight through those and push them through those obstacles so they can get to where they want to get.
It's the only way you can help them, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what about helping yourself though, right? Like this starts with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like for myself, I don't feel like I would be good at it, or anything that I do if I first don't, take care of myself first and foremost.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how am I going to help somebody if I can't even help myself?
Absolutely.
What has been your experience with that over the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started the job, I didn't have the best habits. I was sleeping in. You were calling me and waking me up to come in. So that I knew that had to change. And
what did I tell you? I asked you one day. I said there was like day 2 training or something, and I could tell you just woke up, and you said I said what time do you wake up at? And you said like 9. And what did I tell you? Do you remember?
I think you were like, "Are you good, man?" Personally, and then you're like, "You're not gonna get anything done waking up at 9 a.m."
Yeah, you're never gonna do anything great waking up at 9 a.m. And then you're like, okay, 8 a.m.
yeah. Then we pushed it to 7, and then we got to 6.
Yeah. So sorry I interrupted you, but like, that's kind of what I meant when I said, did this come at a good time, right? Like you said, you didn't have the best habits. Like, how is this position, even in 3 short weeks, and I haven't even poured in. It's not like I'm pouring into you 24/7, right?
Yeah.
Like, what has this position and having to step into this role? Because I really just kind of threw it on you.
Yeah, you did.
Just, hey, here's this. I've kind of taken it back a little bit since. But what have you learned personally over the last 3 weeks about yourself, about, the exercise, mindset, taking care of yourself first and foremost?
Yeah, that I can do it. You just got to put your mind to it. You got to keep that disciplined mindset and that repetition, because even then, like, I never realized how essential, like, good habits outside of the position of sales it is in that actual job. Like, my attitude coming in the morning compared to my attitude when I wasn't working out in the morning and I was like barely just waking up 30 minutes before coming in, it changed drastically. Like, I have the energy to come in, talk to people, get things done, and honestly move straight towards my goals, because I already started the day with a good workout, starting towards my goals, keeping that healthier like physicality within my health, and it really contributes to your job, like having all those healthy habits outside, eating, making sure you're nourished, all of that. It all contributes.
Mm-hmm. You'd be like, I'm going to get some lunch. Be like, what are you getting? Like kolache from Rock Donuts? So don't buy that shit.
Yeah.
You get tired. Maybe not you at 19, but still, it all plays into your performance, right?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
What are your goals? Because we've started doing that as a daily habit now too, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with your goals every day?
I write them down in a journal.
All right. And what are your goals?
To reach 6 figures. I want to have a 6-figure income so I can start leading into my first investment in real estate.
By when?
December 31st.
All right.
I want to get a diverse stock investments for sure, diversify my investments, and that includes getting my first investment in real estate and keeping healthy physically and mentally. Like, because that's honestly more important than any of the other goals, is making sure I'm healthy physically and mentally, because that's like the starting point for everything. That's the foundation.
Absolutely.
And then keeping my disciplined mindset. I mean, that's where it all starts as well.
How has your confidence level about yourself and just in general, has it increased, remained the same?
It's definitely increased, because I mean, doing that, you start to get that confidence that you're working harder than most people already. Waking up early and working out, like, most people aren't doing that. There's a good percentage that are, but then there's still the percentage that aren't. And then I'm coming into work and working and trying to push, like you were saying, there's a lot of kids my age not even doing stuff like this, and that gives me even more fuel to keep doing even more things that haven't been done at my age and stuff like that. So honestly, I think it's instilled my confidence a lot more and makes me want to do even more than what I'm doing right now.
And what have you learned about people over the last 3 weeks?
They have a lot of excuses. A lot of excuses. There's always an excuse for an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of objections.
But see, like, that's just surface level though.
Yeah.
Right.
There's always like inner meaning to like their actual excuse. Like the truth is always layered on top of all those objections and excuses.
Right. There's some like deep rooted.
Yeah. Like they truthfully don't believe in themselves or something, or they feel like they're not good enough when it's not true. Because you can flip that switch. It's all just a mental game. You're playing a puzzle with yourself at that point.
Yeah, it's really interesting though, isn't it?
It is.
You know, and it's really sad. And on these calls, or when you're actually helping people, or no matter what it is, you know, it really should be your mission or your mission to really break through those. Because really, what they are is they're just deep-rooted fears.
Yeah.
Right. That these people have. Whatever it might be, I'm not good enough. I can't do it. I won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
These people told me I won't amount to nothing, etc. Right?
Yeah.
There's always that deep-rooted fear, but the thing is that it's not like we're calling people out of the blue, right? No. It's not like we just picked a name out of
sort of interest.
But it's not like we picked a name out of a phone book. Like they showed some sort of interest, and then when it comes time to actually taking action and doing something positive for themselves, a lot of people are scared to do it, right? And it's your job, it's my job, it's our job to walk those people through it. It's our job to hold their hand and walk them through, and you know, see the light at the end of the tunnel there, which is actually where they want to go, which is why they reached out in the first place. Yeah. But they're just scared of the journey, you know.
Yeah, it's really interesting to me that people like they do like submit that help, or like they show interest towards getting help, but then when you really come and offer it, they're like, there's just a bunch of objections and excuses, and it's just because they don't feel like they're good enough.
Yeah, well, it comes down to when it's time to take action. You know, like I'm sure you've experienced that before, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Right?
100%.
Same with me. Like when I was, I think I understand it a little bit more than some, just because like when I was getting sober, I went through that. You know, I did not want to continue to live life the way that I was living. I really didn't. But when it came time to get sober, you know, it was like, ugh.
Do I really?
Well, the thing is though, is that like I was going through this mental thing where I couldn't live with it, but I was also scared to death of living life without it. Yeah. And I was miserable with it, while using drugs and alcohol, but I was even more miserable without drugs and alcohol because I didn't have a real solution in place. Yeah. You know? And same concept, right? And I helped people in that space for a long time, like work through that. Because like when someone's ready to take action, especially, you know, with getting sober, and you know, we're not talking about like nicotine, like people who are
like alcoholism,
addictions, heroin, like life or death situations. Really, like if they continue to live life the way that they are, they're probably going to die. Yeah. Or go to prison for the rest of their life. But you have this small window of opportunity to help those people when they emerge remorseful, and they're ready for some sort of solution. They're ready to do it because that window shuts. Yeah. You give those people enough time. Myself, I went through this thousands of times. Yeah. Where I'd emerge remorseful. I'd say, you know, I'm ready to get sober. I don't want to live life the way that I have been anymore. And then I didn't have a solution. I didn't have someone pushing me. I didn't have someone who was, you know, walking me through like, you're not going anywhere. You are going to a solution, and you are going to get help. When I didn't have that there, you know, a few days would pass. I'd be like, oh, I was just overreacting a little bit. Like, you know, just a little bit. Just a little bit won't hurt me. I won't, you know, ruin things the way that I have every other single time that I've done this. And so our minds start, you know, playing these tricks on us. And so it's the same concept here, though, where when it comes time to take that action and it's time to like fully commit, that fear pops up. Yeah. Like, heart starts beating. You know, those fears are kicking in. I'm not good enough. I'm not going to do it. I'm not ready, etc. Right? And so that's all it is. And it's our job to help those people through that, right? You know, we really want to hold their hand. We really want to push them over that edge there to finally actually pursue their dreams and take action on it. Because that's another thing is, you know, a lot of people will say that they have this dream or they have this or that, and then they never do anything to work towards it. So is it, do you really have that dream? Do you not know what to do? Do you not have somebody helping you? Like, what's the real problem?
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's I find myself doing that a lot with my like closest friends. Is that they talk to me a lot about what their dreams are, and I always try to like give them pushes. And sometimes I feel like some of them couldn't be doing as much as they really can be doing. But I wonder like if it's like those blocks that you're talking about, like when they really get to like doing the action towards those steps that they fear like maybe I'm not smart enough to do this, maybe I'm not good enough to do this, when really they just got to do it. Because I mean, all of us started like that. Like you got to do it, you're going to fail, and then you learn from it and you keep on going. That's the whole part of the game. Like failure is inevitable. Like you're going to have to go through it.
And so what have you learned, through the last 3 weeks, kind of working through those conversations and those situations, trying to help people?
Yeah, I mean, within a call, there's a lesson within every call. I mean, the rejection, there's a lesson. Like if a call doesn't go well with me, there's always something to learn that I could have done better. And that's what the mindset that I have to have is, what can I do better next time? What did I miss? And just keep that repetition, and then eventually you start to master it. And that's where I hope to get in the next couple of months, couple of weeks. Just keep on getting better through every call, every objection, every rejection, and just keep growing.
Have you seen do you notice at the end of the calls, like that one this morning, at the end of the call is like that sense of relief? Do you hear that?
Yeah. It's like you took a weight off their shoulders. They're like, I'm like in this.
Yeah. Like today, the lady from this morning, at the end of that call, she was super grateful, right? And then she texted the company, and what'd she say, Kat?
She said, "Thank you so much for your time. Can't wait." And then she asked for resources.
Thank you so much for your time. Can't wait. And I told her I'd send her over some free resources as well until we get started on the boot camp. But like that's what the fight is for. That's what that call is for, is to get that person to the point to where they are finally doing something for themselves that they've always wanted to do. And like I told you today, it doesn't matter if someone's investing $75 with us or $100,000 with us. If you're investing in us, in me, in yourself, I will go above and beyond to make sure that you get what you came here to get and more. Right? I just need them to meet me halfway. I can't do it for them, but it's not about $75 boot camp ticket. It's about hopefully changing somebody's life. It's about hopefully Miss Gonzalez, just like we talked about, getting to a point to where she's making money in real estate. Then she's going up and contributing more to the community. Absolutely. And then we get her to a point to where she's investing in real estate deals with us, and taking people through that journey and working with us is it's not easy. It's not easy it's not easy to get people to that point where they really are committed to doing it for themselves. But once you get them there and you take them all the way through, so long as they continue to work and actually put in the action, then it's at that point that you can actually help somebody.
Yeah, I agree. Well, one thing that I found really interesting is that a lot of people, like, I feel like you hear even all over social media and just even talking to people, that a lot of people want to get out of their like 9 to 5s because it's so miserable and all that, but they don't realize how much work it's going to take outside of a 9 to 5 job. Like being an entrepreneur, like it's not a 9 to 5 job, it's a 24/7. Like you're never not working. Like you're going to have to work 24/7 on vacations. Like the vacations come later, like when you retire and you're done. But even then, when you're done, most entrepreneurs aren't even retired. They're still working. Yeah. Because they're married to the game almost. So I remember you were telling me not too long ago that this isn't for everybody. Like it's not going to be for everybody. There's going to be the people that can't handle it. But the best we can do is try to push people to see if they can handle it.
Well, kind of. I don't know if I mentioned that, but just word for word. But more so, it's like making sure that they're on the right thing and they're what I try and do is I try and really listen to somebody's goals. Yeah. Like if when I ask you what's going on, what do you want to accomplish, I don't want to assume that I know what you need or want.
Mm-hmm.
But when I know what you say you want, and then I ask you what's going on, and therefore can kind of decipher what you might need, and also hear what you might need, then we can effectively, try and present something. But I agree with you. People don't understand. Did you listen to the podcast that was released today?
From here?
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't.
Dang, he's slacking.
I should probably do that, though.
I
woke up and I started making calls, man.
Well, that's not good, because you should have woke up, went to the gym.
I woke up. She was actually just talking to me about this. She was asking if I listen to music or podcasts while I work out, and I was like, I prefer listening to like strong, like hardcore music when I'm working out, because it gives me like that drive. And then like I'd rather listen to podcasts when I'm driving to work or something. Anyways,
the podcast today was about that exactly, and it is rough. I mean, people don't understand that. Matt and I. You may not understand this.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm barely just getting into it.
Well, what I was about to say is, like, Matt and I get paid last, and actually we get paid the least. You know how much Matt and I make?
How much?
Here every month? Just guess. Will we pay ourselves?
Nothing.
Well, we do for tax purposes, but we pay ourselves. We pay ourselves $1,500 a month. That's what Matt and I make.
Yeah.
And every other salary, everybody else gets paid way more than we do. Mm-hmm. And sure, we benefit of owning the business, but you had asked, like, say for example, the ticket sales that we sell to the boot camp, that doesn't go to me and Matt.
Yeah.
You get paid for your commission, and then the rest of that goes into ads, finding more people, goes
back into the
event.
business.
Yeah, it all goes back into the business, right? We're constantly reinvesting everything back in the business or real estate. Mm-hmm. But no, I don't think people realize that. Like, we work 24/7 for $1,500 a month. Mm-hmm. It comes out to, I don't know, if you did the math on that, they'd probably come out.
Yeah, and you're waking up earlier than me. Like, what time did you wake up this morning?
This morning I woke up a little later. But
usually, like on a typical day,
anywhere around. Recently, it's been around like 5:30.
Yeah.
But Thursdays I wake up at 4:20. But I mean that comes out to, like, I don't know, less than $2 an hour, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. But we're building something. We're not doing it for the money. That's what I think. That's where I think the misconception is that Matt and I. And other, true people are not doing this for the money. Elon Musk, I don't know Elon, but if I were to bet, I'd say that Elon does not do the things that he does for the money specifically. The money is a result of what he is doing, but Elon wants to build. Elon wants to create things. Elon has a mission
he uses it as a tool.
Well, he wants to accomplish something, and so that's why he's doing it. He's not doing it to make millions of dollars, I would guess. But that is a good side effect of having a really good companies, being a billionaire such as Elon. But I think that people are in it for the wrong reason a lot of times initially, and that's what the podcast was about today. Was about people wanting to be an active real estate investor or a general partner on a real estate deal, because it's more of a status thing than it is a necessity thing. Yeah. If that makes sense. Like, I am a real estate investor. It's like everybody you see it's like putting real estate investor on your Instagram or something.
You like feel good.
I guess. I mean, I don't. Yeah. That doesn't make me feel good. But for people who are chasing it or potentially doing it for the wrong thing, it might. Yeah. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be proud of what it is, but for longevity and to do this for forever and to really build something large, chasing vanity metrics and surface level things is not going to be sufficient enough to push you through what's actually required to accomplish it. Yeah. Makes sense?
Makes sense. I agree.
So I mean, what would you tell? You're 19 years old. What would you tell a fellow 19, 18, 16, 20-year-old out there who's watching this, who also wants to invest in real estate and also wants to be successful? And, you know, you got a long ways to go.
Oh, yeah, I definitely do.
But I'll help you get there. Matt will help you get there. But what would be your advice?
I mean, you just got to keep working, man. I mean, it really comes down to you got to make a decision. Like, do you want to, like, you can have fun and stay up till 2, 3 a.m. hanging out.
Tell it to the camera.
You can have fun hanging out till 2, 3 a.m. and waking up late and then feel unproductive, or you can sacrifice those because you'll get those later once you succeed. And that's like the motivation that I got, is that I'll work now so that I don't, like, I'm going to probably work when I'm like later, but I'll be able to have more freedom. Because like freedom to me is like having the ability to travel whenever I want, go wherever I want, do whatever I want, whenever I want. Like that's my ultimate goal. Like I want to be able to experience things. So it'd be honestly just hustle as hard as you can. I mean, I hustled to the point where I was able, like you were saying, I was able to invest in you and Matt to teach me. And now I've gotten knowledge that's I never thought I would ever be able to have at this age. Like, I didn't think I would ever be where I'm at today. If you were to ask me when I first met Matt when I was 17, I would never think I'd be here. And it's just, you just got to keep hustling, keep working, and that's the name of the game. Keep that disciplined mindset, and you're going to fall off, but it's your job to pick yourself up, and that's the whole part of the disciplined mindset is when you fall off, pick yourself back up and keep on pushing.
Yeah. Do you want us to push you?
Absolutely. I tell you and Matt every day to push me. Hurt my feelings if you need to.
Yeah. Do you work on weekends?
I don't actually. I mean, actually, I do. I do my detailing on the weekends.
Yeah. So, like, if I send you a text tomorrow and say, "Hey, call this person," you're not gonna call.
Oh,
them?
I'll call them. Yeah. So I guess I do work on the weekends. That's true. I
asked Xavier. What Xavier just said was, he said I want to work now so I can do those things later. Last Saturday or Sunday.
Oh no.
Last Saturday or Sunday, I think it was. I texted him a video or something. I was like, "Are you getting after it?" Or I said something like that, and he said, "I'm enjoying the things I enjoy in life today."
I did text you that. And you're right. Okay, I was working too.
Hold on. He said, "I'm doing the things I like in life today." And let's find it. Go ahead and talk what you're going to say.
Yeah, I was. I just washed my car. That's all I did. And then I went back to work. I just needed that like hour and a half to like clean the car, feel good about it. That's like my only vice is my car.
Hold on. Sunday, here it is. I think it was Sunday. I said, I sent him a video I wanted him to watch to train and get better. I said, "Are we getting better today?" He said, "Absolutely. Getting my mind right and resetting. Doing the things I like in life." And I said, "Once you have freedom and wealth, then you'll actually be able to do the things you like in life." And he said, "Yeah, I agree. Life's too short to not do them on the way as well." And I didn't even respond. Like, brother, you got a long ways to go.
That's not what I meant by that, Like,
no, you're right.
You could take a pause for like an hour in your day, like enjoy yourself, reset. 'Cause that's essential too. Like if I never took a second to like reset, I would not perform to the point where I need to perform.
Yeah, I'm not really that way. Like, this is what I like doing. I guess the time that I have for that is in the morning when I do go to the gym. But like, then I'm just like obsessing about like what.
But like for example, like I feel like you like cooking, right? Like you like cooking steaks. That's like your time of like resetting.
Yeah,
like,
it might be.
You're doing something that you enjoy. Like,
yeah, maybe.
Unless you're like working while you're cooking the steak at the same time, then that's just crazy. But
well, I am most of the time.
That's just impressive then.
Well, it's anyways, I'm not expecting you to be me, but I do expect you to. I expect you to hold yourself to the standard that you want to hold for yourself. Like when you say you want to be great, when you say you want to accomplish great things. That's why I ask you. Like, I'm not gonna push you if you don't want me to push you.
No, yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not gonna waste my effort on somebody who doesn't want to be pushed. And that's why I'll ask you. Do you want me to tell you the truth? Do you want to be pushed?
Yeah.
Are you open to hearing the truth about your situation? And
yeah, sometimes the truth is really hard to hear, but you need to hear it.
Yeah, but anyways, I do expect you to hold yourself to the goals that you're setting, right? Like,
yeah.
I didn't set those goals for you. You came up with that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really want to accomplish them, it's going to require, if you want to accomplish them, like the $100,000+ that you want to make this year, if you really want to make that, you're going to have to do things way differently than you've ever done them before.
Yeah.
So
it's a whole nother way of life.
Yeah.
You got to be.
So my point in that was, I don't expect you to be me, and I don't think you want to be me. So you shouldn't have that be your goal. But I do expect to hold you accountable to the goals that you've set for yourself. Yeah,
I agree. And that's one thing, like, I feel like when I, like, having you and Matt as my mentors is that I never think about it as, like, I want to beat y'all. Like, I want to take things that y'all are doing and then be, like, the best version of myself. Like,
good.
Create something for myself, and then eventually maybe someone looks at me and, like, I want to be something like that, and then I can return the favor of mentoring and teaching people and changing people's lives.
Absolutely.
Because everyone's their own person, regardless of their success and all that. They've got there somehow differently. They have their own different methods.
For sure. The reason I mentioned that was like working while cooking steak, for example. But I do expect you to be great.
Yeah.
So are you going to be great?
I'm going to be great. I'm going to be more than great.
What are you committed to do to accomplish that?
I mean, I'm going to keep that disciplined mindset, going to stay healthy mentally and physically, and I'm going to reach those goals of getting 6 figures and diversifying my investments, and then it's just going to keep on going, a snowball effect, just keep on rolling.
Yeah, but what if anything would stop you from accomplishing that?
I got to die.
You got to die?
I would have to die to stop me. I mean, I fall asleep thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it. I eat thinking about it. Like, my life would have to end for me to stop moving towards my goals.
I agree. I mean, what other concerns do you have about?
None at all.
Good. All right. So your piece of advice was to the younger guys and gals your age, just to work now, play later.
Yeah, I mean, figure out what you really want, and you're gonna have to make a sacrifice regardless. I mean, if you wanna
talk to the camera,
if you wanna play now, you're gonna sacrifice the work. But if you wanna work now, you're gonna have to sacrifice the play, and you just gotta make the decision to debate what type of person you're gonna be.
All right, buddy. Well, we have 6 months left in the year. We're halfway through.
Yep.
Have you thought about your second quarter goals?
I need to.
Third quarter goals, sorry. We just got over second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. December 31st.
Remember we did the math the other day? You got to break it down. Like, if you have the goal of making $100,000 a year, that means you need to make X amount in commission per month, per quarter, per week, per day, per hour. Right? Have you thought about that?
I need to, more in depth for sure.
It's just a math equation, right?
Yeah.
All right. Any last words?
Man, I'm just grateful to be here. Honestly, just gonna keep working, keep growing, taking time away from my calls, man.
Yeah, and your goals. All right. Well, we're grateful you're here too. Drop a comment down below if you think Xavier's going to accomplish his goals this year. All right, everyone. That is the episode of the Real Entrepreneur Podcast with Xavier. Real Entrepreneur. Look at his hat.
Yep.
Entrepreneur conversation looks different. Can you tell the people? I was about to just tell them about the boot camp that I'm putting on in a week. Can you tell them about it? Yeah.
Well, we're putting on a virtual boot camp that Alex is going to walk people through finding, negotiating, analyzing, and putting out an offer on commercial real estate that'll change your life in only 3 days. It's going to be held from July 9th through July 12th. 4th day for the VIP because you're going to get the VIP.
Reach out. We're here to help. The boot camp, I'm also putting on a free live training July 18th. Is that when it is? July 18th. You can register for the boot camp by going to truniversity.com/1deal, and the free live training, go to truniversity.com/live training. And then we're here to help. So if anybody out there has a deal you want to look at, if you're interested in partnering and buying some real estate deals with us, we have Fund 3 open with Tier 3 Capital. Just go to tr3capital.com. We just sent out distributions to Fund 2 investors. You should have been in on that one. We sent out a little over $19,000 to investors month 1 after owning the RV resort. But you're going to get in Fund 3, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
He's going to get in Fund 3. If you're interested in investing with Tier 3 Capital, reach out. But until then, we'll see you next week.